She was the female Elvis, a whirlwind of crimson hair, velvet voice, and raw electric sexuality. Ann-Margret exploded onto the 1960s scene, commanding both film and stage with unparalleled force. But behind the dazzling veneer of Viva Las Vegas lay a private life shadowed by secrets, a forbidden romance, and a terrifying accident that nearly took her life. What happened next shocked everyone. A near-death experience that forced her to confront her own fragility. The truth was far darker than anyone imagined, showing the devastating price of being Hollywood's unstoppable force. Born Ann-Margret Olsen in Sweden in 1941, her family immigrated to America when she was a child. Shy and intensely driven, she found her voice and confidence through performance. Her early career saw her recognized for her explosive energy, earning comparisons to Elvis himself. This intensity was not just a stage persona, it was her entire existence, a relentless drive for perfection. The foundation of her career was set with the innocent facade of a girl next door, masking the wild sensual energy that Hollywood was desperate to exploit. The Mighty Untold main story centers on 1964 and her scorching partnership with Elvis Presley and Viva Las Vegas. Their on-screen chemistry was electric, fueled by a passionate, all-consuming secret romance off-screen. Ann-Margret was perhaps the only woman who could truly match Elvis's energy and star power. They were deeply in love, planning marriage, but the studio system, Elvis's notoriously protective manager, Colonel Tom Parker, and the pressures of their separate careers violently intervened. Parker demanded the relationship end, fearing Ann-Margret's growing independence would overshadow Elvis. It was a public denial that devastated them both. This career crisis forced her into a whirlwind of touring and projects to bury the pain, creating an exhausting pace she maintained for years. The tension culminated in the literal crash that nearly ended it all. On May 28, 1972, during a performance at Lake Tahoe, Ann-Margret fell 22 feet from an elevated platform, landing face-first on the stage. The resulting injuries were horrific: a shattered jaw, broken arm, and a career seemingly over. She endured a 6-week hospitalization and extensive reconstructive surgery. The emotional climax was the slow, agonizing recovery, where the relentless performer was suddenly forced into complete stillness. The revelation wasn't the pain, but the unwavering devotion of her husband, actor Roger Smith, who had stepped away from his own career to manage hers. He stood by her side, a constant anchor in a life of chaos. Ann-Margret emerged from the accident not broken, but reborn. She spent months in physical therapy, retraining her muscles and relearning to smile. The accident forced her to find a deeper resilience, transforming her from a wild child into a grounded survivor. She returned to the screen, earning an Oscar nomination for Tommy, 1975, a powerful comeback. Her lasting impact is her astonishing tenacity. She proved that the true star is defined not by the spotlight, but by the courage to rise broken, yet still fiercely determined, embodying a spirit that refused to be extinguished.